Do you believe that you can heal yourself? Too often we give our power away to something outside of ourselves, and rarely, if ever, trust and tap into our innate healing power and intuition. Everyone has this capability to heal in ways we never thought possible. It's your sovereign right to claim and have true health and lasting wellness. Now, here is the host of the Dr. Dolores Show, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in our amazing universe. And, have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt uncomfortable? Even though nothing was said, you just have this sense that something weird was happening in the room? Or have you ever absorbed someone else's emotions so deeply that you forgot you were feeling, what you didn't know whether or not you're feeling yourself? Or what if your sensitivity was never the problem? And what if your sensitivity is actually your superpower? Many empaths, intuitives, and highly sensitive people like myself had spent years trying to toughen up, disconnect from ourselves, and suppress what they naturally feel. But the very thing they're judged may actually be the key to your deeper discernment, healing, intuition, and alignment. So welcome to the Dr. Dolores Show. I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. And today we're going to bridge the physical, emotional, energetic, and spiritual aspects of sensitivity while offering you some grounded tools to help move from overwhelm into empowered awareness. And, have you ever been told that maybe you're just too sensitive? Or do you feel emotionally exhausted after being around certain people? Think about that. Or have you noticed you can sense tension, emotion, or energy before anyone says a word? And what, about crowded places? Do you feel like you're on uber overwhelm when you sometimes just go out to the grocery store? Let alone being in a concert full of, a gazillion people. Sometimes you just might feel like it's too peoply out there for you to go out because you're just overstimulated. And what if this sensitivity is really not something to fix, but more like simply something to understand? And, my hopes today for you are to delve into having a better understanding of your sensitivity so that you could learn how to embrace it and use it as one of your superpowers. So, sensitivity has been deeply misunderstood throughout life. And what is unfortunate is that our society has labeled sensitive people as weak, emotional, dramatic, or a delicate flower, fragile. But true sensitivity is actually heightened perception. And it's very interesting because our society focuses on kind of dummying down this aspect of makes us unique, sovereign individuals. We were told not to feel because, we need to have you fit into society where basically you don't feel, so you follow the masses and you follow a script that is not yours but somebody else's to, I want to say, basically control you and also to unconsciously give your power away to something else. That's kind of the dance that's been going on. Now, what is important about, let's just talk about sensitivity in itself. Sensitive people often process information deeply. Okay? They are wired differently in a good way. It's almost as if they're here to teach people how to remember how they were originally wired and not, I'm going to say, distorted or malaligned with who they truly are. Sensitivity is a nervous system awareness. People who are empaths, intuitives, perceive subtle emotion, energetic information. I'm one, I know that. I was born that way. I could always feel things before they would happen. I couldn't put words into the feeling, but it was like this sensation. Many sensitive individuals learned early to suppress themselves for survival because, we were told, don't feel, ignore it, it'll go away. And I remember my mom saying that to me, but I feel it. She said, ignore it, it'll go away. And when I tried her methodology at a young age, it wasn't going away. Guess what? It was getting bigger. And I used to tell her that. Because remember, it's all energy. It's got to go someplace, right? If you ignore it, you suppress it, it's still there and it's growing. Well, it makes sense now that I'm on the other side of it way decades later, but that's what was happening. Sensitivity is not dysfunction. It's actually data. You're collecting data. So what is the difference between emotional reactivity and energetic awareness? Emotional reactivity is when you are reacting to something because maybe you got triggered and you got the emotional response and then you're going through you jump into your mind and you're trying to figuring out how to suppress that so you don't feel it. Whereas energetic awareness is that, okay, I know I'm being triggered by something, and you pull yourself out of it instead of going into react because you're more aware that you're being triggered, and you look at, why am I being triggered? What is going on within me that is causing this uncomfortableness? Many highly sensitive people will feel different. They always feel different. They feel like they don't fit in. I definitely felt that way growing up. Or you would say something at school and it was your truth, and people would look at you like you had three eyes. Well, we do have three eyes. You have two you see in your psychic eye. But the point being is that it was something that they had no concept of, and it was labeled different. So they just ignored you because you weren't part of the herd or crowd that believed everything that they believed. So, and then, how many of us were labeled, you're too emotional, you're too sensitive. And, I find that this is really damaging to a child because this is who they are naturally, yet we're trying to conform them and fit them into a box that, and I ask, who the heck created the box? And like, who made up those rules? So it's really more about allowing children to be just as they are and accepting them that this is part of one of their beautiful superpowers that is going to help them maneuver through their life. And, we just need to remember that our sensitivity is an intuitive guidance system. This is a good thing to have. So just remember this. Who taught us that sensitivity was weakness? Just, if you're a sensitive person, where did you hear that from? And what happens when somebody spends their life disconnecting from what they naturally feel? Maybe you've been one of those people that have suppressed that ability within yourself just to align with what society thinks is the right thing to do. And just ponder this. What sensitivity actually, could sensitivity actually be intelligence expressed energetically? Because how many of us, we have this linear thing in our life that you do X and Y, and you develop your highly intelligence, go into college and whatever you do, and it's, what we're finding today, it's no longer working because we've been going through this old controlled patterning that was fine for another time and place, an old paradigm, or what I call sometimes so last century, that it doesn't fit into where we're actually going today. So your body is always communicating with you. Sensitivity is going to show up physically before we consciously recognize what's happening energetically. And this is so true because our bodies are barometers. We are going to pick up waves of energy, even though you cannot see them. Like you and I are looking, if you're on the TV program, you're looking at my office, and what you see is me and all the stuff that's in my office. Those are denser forms of energy. Okay, so if you were to take me and anything you see in my office and put it under a high power microscope, you're going to see it vibrating. That's energy. We're just denser versions of that so we could see it. Now, when you talk about feelings, emotions, thoughts, beliefs, even ancestral stuff, these are like energetic waves. They're higher density, well, they're higher frequency, less density, let me correct that. And you're not going to be able to see them with the physical eye. Maybe some people who are clairvoyant can. You're going to sense these more so in your physical body than you're going to be able to see them right in front of your face. So just an example, maybe you're having some tight, your chest is tight, or you're having headaches or fatigue or a digestive upset or even anxiety. Your body's going to feel that more. It's like your body's a barometer picking up things, and that's how it's coming through your body. Maybe you feel drained around certain people or environments. That's a key sign as well. Or maybe you're picking up emotional energy unconsciously without your awareness, and having a challenge discerning where, if that's your stuff or it's somebody else's. So this is where boundaries come in, and not just physical, but energetic, emotional, spiritual, all sorts of boundaries that are energetic, that are key to keep you in your safe cocoon space, your ground zero safe space. Your body is an energetic messenger, and often empaths often carry energy that isn't theirs. So if you are ever feeling overwhelmed, you step into a room, and I go to hospitals on a pretty regular basis because I still work in that clinical setting. And for me, as an empath, intuitive, highly sensitive person, I talk about this a lot. It's like an energetic shit show for somebody like us because there's so much stuff flying around. It's a portal. People are being born, people are leaving, all this energetic debris is there, plus all the people that work there, they bring all their energetic debris. Well, you get the picture. It's just a colossal environment. And when you step into things and you're feeling all these emotions, oftentimes it's not your stuff. So what you could say to yourself is this: if this is not my stuff, by the laws of the universe, it needs to leave my space right now, right here, right now, and so be it. And usually it will, and the reason why this happens so quickly is that by the laws of the universe, nothing can come and interfere in your space, all levels of your body, mind, and soul, unless you allow it. Now, the thing is, on a unconscious level, you may be allowing this. So this is really putting a line in the sand energetically to allow this not to happen to you. And just notice how quickly those feelings or emotions or whatever you are feeling that triggered this within you just dissipate and go away. So these are really important keys to remember, especially for like people who are uber sensitive like myself. And, it's okay to play around with this and be curious like a child, because this might be a new stomping ground for some people who've never really had this opportunity to look at this in this way, but the timing is perfect, and it always is. So if this conversation is resonating with you, I just want you to know you're not broken and you're not alone. Your sensitivity is not something to hide. It is actually something to understand and honor. So be sure to subscribe, follow, and share the Dr. Dolores Show with someone who needs this message today, because together we are creating a new conversation around healing, awareness, and awakening. And we're getting ready to go on our first break of our episode. And you're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network. And I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. And when we come back, we'll take a deeper dive into more points I want to make. Stay tuned.
Do you trust your instincts? Many of us don't. Yet this is the key to connecting to your innate healer within and your intuition. Tune in to the Dr. Dolores Show with nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, to receive insights and tools to realign with your inner wisdom for lasting health and true wellness. Listen for the Dr. Dolores Show, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Ready to break free from complacency? Welcome to I'm Awake, Now What? Your monthly invitation to embrace conscious living. If you've been feeling lost or stagnant, this is your chance to awaken your purpose. Join our transformative conscious wake-up office hours every month for guidance and self-discovery. Experience the power of clarity and focus as you navigate towards holistic healing and empowerment. Don't just survive, thrive. Sign up now and unlock a wealth of benefits, including enhanced well-being, stress reduction, emotional healing, and connection. It's time to ignite the flames of purpose within and start your journey to a fulfilling life.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Dr. Dolores Show with Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to Dolores at drdoloresfazzino.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network. And we've been talking about when your sensitivity is your superpower. And your sensitivity is indeed your superpower. So we were talking before break of how our bodies pick up our sensitivity, and we feel things in our body sometimes before it pops into our mind, and we try to make logical sense out of why we're feeling what we're feeling, or trying to suppress it or fix whatever is going on. I invite you to just stay in your body, because this is important, okay? Because oftentimes those sensitivities you're picking up may not even be yours. They may be somebody else's, but it's just the energy is just moving through you and you're feeling it. So sensitivity is discernment. It's not really weakness. You know, when we are sensitive, we actually feel truth beyond words. Our sensitivity is good because it helps us make a decision whether or not something is real or not. And something that is, feels off, and we try to, I'm going to say, convince ourselves or talk us out of ourselves to make it something else. So look at sensitivity as a way to hone in your discernment abilities. It's like if something feels off, by all means, please trust that, because it probably is true. And it is off. People who are empaths, intuitives, and highly sensitive people can feel incongruence and inauthenticity. That's actually one of our superpowers. I call it the bullshit meter, because you're going to be able to tell when somebody is real and genuine versus shallow and superficial, and their intentions aren't honorable. You could feel it because it's in essence that is coming off of them, even though their words say something different, their actions are speaking louder than words. Okay. And you're going to be so honed into that. So, and this is so important. Why is this so important right now in this time and place? Because if you look around us, our world is just saturated with so much information. And, between AI and social media, you don't know what's real and what's not real, what's real and AI, and what's real and what's bullshit. So it's really a great way to assist you in your discerning skills and your ability to, decide what is truthful and what is not. Intuitive knowing often arrives before logical understanding. Remember, our body feels it, and it's an intuitive thing. You have to be in your physical body. And then, we're feeling these things, and sometimes our natural tendency is to jump out of our body and say, oh my God, why am I feeling this? Or why is this happening? And trying to figure it out. There's really nothing to figure out. Just allow it to be as it is right here, right now. Your sensitivity is going to help you navigate alignment, okay, with things that are more in energetic balance with where you are and where you're going, who you are and where you're going to be going. So it's learning to trust those inner signals that can sometimes be so subtle that if you're not still and quiet, you're not going to hear them. It's not going to be a raging, da-da, I'm here, we need to do this. It might be just sit down and just take a breath. That's what I'm talking about. So, we talked about ignoring our intuition because sometimes we try to talk ourselves out of our feelings because we've been programmed to think that logic overrules feelings. Well, I think they had it all wrong. And sometimes maybe we ignore our intuition and we override our inner knowing because we want to fit in and please other people. But when you know without a doubt that you should be doing something completely opposite. Or maybe we don't have very strong boundaries. You don't know where somebody ends and you begin. And we talked a little bit about that in the first segment where, you could feel things coming through you and you don't know if it's your stuff or somebody else's. And sometimes you could feel the energetic congruence, whether or not it's aligned with who you are or it's a total mismatch. Now, I work with bunches of different people, and I'm proud to say that there's very few people that I'm in energetic discongruence with. And for me, it's an act of self-love and self-care when I choose not to be part of that situation, to possibly work with them. So, how often have you ignored your intuition just to keep the peace? And what if your discomfort is actually your inner guidance? Maybe, tapping you and giving you a message, or maybe even dropping the refrigerator on you to get your attention. And, what changes when you begin trusting what you feel? So, we talked about empaths, intuitives, and highly sensitive people um, absorbing energy and not having the awareness that they're doing that. So let's talk about the difference between absorbing energy and observing energy. Absorbing energy is almost as if you are it's a loop where you absorb it and you're reacting to it. In contrast, when you're observing energy, you feel it, but yet you're making a choice not to go into react mode, but to sit with it and just say, okay, I'm feeling this. What is going on within me? And asking it if it's your stuff or somebody else's. And if it's not your stuff, to ask it to leave by the laws of the universe, and it will leave, and then you'll get your answer. So boundaries are just very important. Um, we have been very lax in our boundaries, and sometimes we bend our boundaries too much and we take on other people's stuff when it's not ours to take on and fix, especially those people who are empathetic and they don't want to see anybody hurt, or they want to have, you see this a lot with parents. It's like, oh, I don't want them to have to go through what I had to go through and blah, 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 blah. So they try to fix things for them. What I'm going to tell you is this: when you try to fix things for somebody else it's almost like you're interfering with that person's karma. You're interfering with that person's opportunities for soul growth in this lifetime, especially if they are not asking for it. Because how dare us think that we know better than they do and their higher source. Now, I know I'm going to have some people who have kids. Well, I'm the parent here. Yes, you are. And the thing is that your kids, it's important to allow your kids to be their own person. They're going to make their mistakes. They're going to have their hurdles. They're going to have their obstacles. They're going to have their beautiful moments too. And it's all part of their journey. Okay. And when we try to interfere, not only with your children's, but anybody else's, trying to fix somebody, it's like you're actually taking on more karma for yourself that you'll have to deal with in another time and place. And you don't want to be doing that. It's like interfering with their lessons that they need to learn. And yes, sometimes it's very difficult to witness what's going on, but maybe that's what you need to learn about you, is learning how to witness something that's uncomfortable without interfering. That's just my 2 cents in as far as giving you advice with those things. So how do we keep ourselves in observing energy? It's about really grounding yourself and being fully present in your body, being fully present right here, right now. And for those people who have some challenges with that, I invite you to go to my website. I have a free guided meditation and to be grounded in the present moment. And it's 5 minutes. You just sign up for that. You also get my newsletter too. But it's going to be helpful for you to give you a taste of what it's like to in feel like in your body in the present moment. Breathing is essential to grounding and also being in your body. The deeper the breath you could take, the better off you're going to be and the more grounded you're going to be. And anytime you could put your hand to your heart, this is going to remind you to be in your body. And when those situations come up where, is this mine or is it somebody else's? Just put your hand on your heart and just in your mind and say, is this truly mine or is it somebody else's? And maybe if you're into kinesiology, if you're feeling like you're leaning back when that happens, it's probably not your stuff. If you're leaning forward, it probably is. And what you do is do an energetic clearing practice, like what I said. If this is not mine, by the laws of the universe, it needs to leave my space immediately. So, what if you could feel deeply without drowning in all this muckety muck that's like going around you and emotionally? And what if compassion did not require self-abandonment? How much energy are you really carrying because you believe you must? So just remember this. Awareness creates separation between self and absorbed energy. And I'll say that again. Awareness creates separation between self and absorbed energy. So, if you're awakening to your sensitivity and looking for grounded support, I invite you to join our beautiful community called I'm Awake Now What, which is a safe, supportive space for conscious conversations, practical tools, insight, and connections for those who are awake and awakening. Remember, you don't need to navigate this journey alone. Just go to my website, drdoloresfazzino.com, and click on the button, I'm Awake Now What, to learn more. So we're going on our next break of our segment, and you're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network, and we are talking today about when your sensitivity is your superpower. So stay tuned, and we'll tell you more.
Do you trust your instincts? Many of us don't. Yet this is the key to connecting to your innate healer within and your intuition. Tune in to the Dr. Dolores Show with nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, to receive insights and tools to realign with your inner wisdom for lasting health and true wellness. Listen for the Dr. Dolores Show, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Ready to break free from complacency? Welcome to I'm Awake, Now What? Your monthly invitation to embrace conscious living. If you've been feeling lost or stagnant, this is your chance to awaken your purpose. Join our transformative conscious wake-up office hours every month for guidance and self-discovery. Experience the power of clarity and focus as you navigate towards holistic healing and empowerment. Don't just survive, thrive. Sign up now and unlock a wealth of benefits, including enhanced well-being, stress reduction, emotional healing, and connection. It's time to ignite the flames of purpose within and start your journey to a fulfilling life.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Dr. Dolores Show with Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to Dolores at drdoloresfazzino.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network, and we're taking a deeper dive into when your sensitivity is your superpower, because it is. And it's a different way of looking at something that maybe we've been judged, persecuted, and criticized for having our entire life. Your sensitivity is your ability to really tap into what is going on, and it's a superpower because it's going to allow you to tap into your intuitive abilities as well as your ability to discern more readily, especially in this time, day and age of massive uncertainty and whatever is out there. You don't know what's real, what's Memorex, and whatever my little spiel is. But just remember, sensitivity is part of awakening. Many people become more sensitive as they awaken spiritually and emotionally. Like I was saying, your intuition is going to get heightened. You're going to be more intuitive as you awaken. You're going to have more emotional awareness. You're going to notice that there's probably going to be changes in your relationships and your environments because you are vibrating at a different frequency and your essence is different, whereas if those other situations that you're involved in aren't changing and evolving as well, they're going to stagnate and just get stuck. You also may be feeling disconnected from old identities, like you don't really know who you are anymore because this is a version of you that's always been there, but it's just been clouded with everybody else's projections, expectations, and ideas of what you should be doing. So your awakening is going to amplify your perception, and these are all good things. You're going to have more sensitivity as you go through a spiritual growth process. Maybe old things are going to come up and circle into your mind about that situations long ago that you haven't thought of in decades. Trust me, it's happening. Why the way you used to cope with things used to work, but it's no longer working. And, that could be because energetically you're at a different frequency than what you were when that old coping mechanism was working spot on. So there's a misalignment there. So it's about allowing yourself to um, receive the next level of coping, if you want to call it that. Okay. And just learning how to trust the unfolding process. And for many people, we are rapid fire. We want results, 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 and we want them yesterday, yesterday, yesterday. And that's just not how it works. It's like there's more moving parts going on in situations than you have any idea beyond what you could physically see. You may be thinking there's crickets going on in your environment, but it's anything but that. Behind the scenes, energetically and different frequencies, more and more things are coming together. So just trust the process. If anything, if you can't see it and you're feeling that way, I invite you just to take a deep breath. And if that's not working, take another deep breath and just keep breathing, because you just need to get grounded into yourself so that you know that everything is okay and you are fine within yourself, because that's all that matters. Okay. So, bonus thing to remember is, what if your increased sensitivity is actually part of your evolution? Because it is. And what if awakening is not making you weaker, but fine tuning who you are? So your sensitivity is going to be your biggest gift to yourself. And we're going to just hop into a guided meditation and activation called When Your Sensitivity is Your Superpower. So I love doing these in my show because it gives you a taste of what it's like to actually experience what we've been talking about in theory. Okay. And it makes it more of a experiential process. So you actually have an experience and you could call it your own. So I just invite you to just settle down for the next 5 or 6 minutes and just find a nice quiet place where you could be undisturbed and just welcome beautiful soul. If you are in a place where you can safely relax, gently allow your eyes to close and just take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. Again, breathing in deeply and releasing with ease. And just allow your shoulders to soften, relax your jaw, unclench your hands, and just let your body know you are safe here. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to fix, nothing you need to force. Simply arrive here with yourself. And take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, imagine the noise of the outside world beginning to quiet. The expectations, the pressure, the emotional static, the energy you may have unknowingly carried. Just allow it all to soften. Now, bring your awareness gently into your heart space. And just imagine a beautiful, soft light beginning to glow there. Warm, steady, safe. This light is your essence, your truth, your inner knowing, your sensitivity. Not as weakness, but as awareness. And allow this light to expand. And as this light expands, just silently say to yourself, I honor my sensitivity. I honor my awareness. I honor the wisdom within me. And just take a breath. And now imagine roots extending from the base of your spine and the bottoms of your feet going deep into the earth. Strong, grounded, and anchored. And just feel the earth supporting you completely. You do not need to hold everything alone, nor do you need to carry the emotions, burdens, or energies of the world. The earth can hold you. And breathe that in deeply. And now imagine yourself standing in a beautiful field of light. Above you is a radiant golden sun. This golden light represents divine truth, clarity, and energetic alignment. Slowly, the golden light begins to pour gently down your body, over your head, your face, your throat, your shoulders, moving through your chest, your heart, your stomach, your hips, your legs, your feet. This light is recalibrating your nervous system, balancing your energy, restoring your awareness as the light moves through you. Just notice if there are any heaviness spots in your body, any emotion, any pressure, any fatigue. Without analyzing it, simply notice. Now, gently ask yourself, is this energy mine? Allow your body to respond naturally. You may notice a sensation, perhaps a feeling, maybe a soft knowing, maybe even a release. There is no right or wrong, just simple awareness. Now, imagine anything that does not belong to you beginning to dissolve from your body in a mist lifting into the morning sun. Effortlessly, without struggle, without force. You do not need to carry what was never yours. You are allowed to release it. So take a deeper breath now. And as you exhale, imagine your energy returning back to you. from people, from situations, from expectations, from old roles, from places where you abandoned yourself. And just observe your energy returning like streams of golden light flowing back into your heart, restoring you, replenishing you, reconnecting you to yourself. And just say to yourself, I call my energy back to me now. I release what is not mine. My sensitivity is sacred and wise. My sensitivity is a gift. And so now imagine your entire body surrounded in a beautiful field of soft golden light. This light does not block your sensitivity, but supports, strengthens, and balances it. So take a slow breath in and see yourself more centered, more discerning, more connected, and more trusting of yourself, honoring your inner knowing. And when you're ready, I invite you to come back to this present moment that you're in, wiggling your fingers and toes, and slowly returning back into the room, feeling grounded, clear, supported, and fully connected to yourself. So just remember as we go off to our next break, your sensitivity is not here to hurt you. It is here to guide you. So sit with that as we go on to our next break. And you're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network. And we're talking about when your sensitivity is your superpower. Stay tuned and we'll wrap it up when we return.
Do you trust your instincts? Many of us don't. Yet this is the key to connecting to your innate healer within and your intuition. Tune in to the Dr. Dolores Show with nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, to receive insights and tools to realign with your inner wisdom for lasting health and true wellness. Listen for the Dr. Dolores Show, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Ready to break free from complacency? Welcome to I'm Awake, Now What? Your monthly invitation to embrace conscious living. If you've been feeling lost or stagnant, this is your chance to awaken your purpose. Join our transformative conscious wake-up office hours every month for guidance and self-discovery. Experience the power of clarity and focus as you navigate towards holistic healing and empowerment. Don't just survive, thrive. Sign up now and unlock a wealth of benefits, including enhanced well-being, stress reduction, emotional healing, and connection. It's time to ignite the flames of purpose within and start your journey to a fulfilling life.
This is the Dr. Dolores Show with Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to Dolores at drdoloresfazzino.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network. And we've been talking about one of our great superpowers, our sensitivity. So I want to let you guys know that your sensitivity is not weakness. Sensitivity is awareness. Your ability to feel deeply is not something to apologize for. It's part of your wisdom, your discernment, and your connection to life itself. The goal is not to become less sensitive. The goal is to become more grounded, more discerning, and more trusting of what your sensitivity is revealing to you. You were never meant to shut yourself down in order to belong. You were meant to honor who you truly are. So, we talk a lot about our show and our programs and stuff like that. And I just want to share with people, if you're going through some things right now and you really need support, please reach out to me. I'm here for you. Make sure to subscribe, follow, and leave a review for the Dr. Dolores Show on your favorite podcast platform. And just remember that your sensitivity is not a burden. It may very well be your superpower, and I know it is. So, let's talk about some takeaways from the show. Your sensitivity is not weakness, it's awareness. Your sensitivity is not something to apologize for or suppress. It's the refined ability to perceive emotional, energetic, and intuitive information that many people overlook. And what you feel does matter. Never think that it doesn't. You do matter. Your feelings matter. Your body often speaks before your mind understands. So if you're feeling fatigue, tension, overwhelm, anxiety, or emotional heaviness, that means that your body and your nervous system is trying to energetically talk to you. It's telling you that it's misaligned. Your body is not betraying you. It's actually communicating with you. And remember, not everything you feel belongs to you. This is where discernment comes in. Is this mine or is this somebody else? So learn how to ask yourself, if this is mine, it could stay. If it's not mine, it needs to leave by the laws of the universe immediately. This is usually what takes care of that for sure. Your sensitivity requires grounding, not shutdown. So it's not about ignoring your sensitivity. It's becoming more grounded and fully present in yourself, being right here, right now, present moment. Your sensitivity may be one of your greatest gifts. So embrace it and honor it, and know that the more that you embrace it as a friend and learn how to trust it, the more and more it's going to serve you. So just remember this. For so many people, sensitivity has been treated like a flaw, like something to hide, to overcome, to toughen up against. But what if your sensitivity is actually your soul's language? What if it is one of the ways life, intuition, and truth communicate with you? Sensitive souls often feel deeply because they are deeply connected to emotion, connected to energy, connected to humanity, and most importantly, connected to truth. The journey is not about shutting yourself down so you can survive the world. The journey is about learning how to remain connected to yourself while living within it. Your sensitivity is not asking you to become smaller. It's inviting you to become more conscious, more discerning, more grounded, more self-honoring. You are never meant to abandon yourself in order to belong. Remember that. You were always meant to remember who you truly are. So just sit with that and allow it to permeate every ounce of your being, every cell of your body. Your sensitivity is not weakness. It's the soul's ability to perceive what the world often overlooks. So I'm going to leave you with that, and you're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network, and I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. And just remember, you are worth it. See you next week. Take care.
Thank you for listening to the Dr. Dolores Show. Dr. Dolores returns Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. Until then, remember to be kind to yourself and create your best life. You are worth it.